I'm Margarita Rice. I'm a senior. I'm studying secondary education in biology, and I'm 22 years old. So in the report, we studied a plant called the Glossopteris plant, which is in Antarctica. And this plant was during the Permian time period, all in the southern hemisphere. So it was in Antarctica. Well, okay, so it was originally in the, because it was like Gondwana, right? There were two different like huge land masses. So the bottom one in the southern hemisphere is Gondwana, and that consisted of South America, Africa, a little bit of Asia, Australia, and Antarctica. And so there are a lot of scientists that are set in South America, some in Africa, a lot in Australia, that study this plant. But a lot of people don't want to go to Antarctica because it's really cold. And Dr. Ryberg is really into Antarctica, and she loves Antarctica. Like, it's her passion. And so she's been to Antarctica many times, and she studies the Glossopteris plant down there. And this plant was very important during the Permian time period because during this period, carbon dioxide levels were really high, and this plant strived with these levels of carbon dioxide. So the purpose, photosynthesis, its main reactants are water and carbon dioxide. But for example, the plants now, they would not have survived during that time period because the carbon dioxide levels were just too high. And so she wrote this grant saying how right now with climate change, our carbon dioxide levels are rising. And right now, these carbon dioxide levels are affecting our plants today. This really, really big rock, and it was already cut into layers. And so then we ended up taking this rock and we ended up going to their lab, and we ended up using a professional camera. It was like a Nikon, and I don't remember what the Nikon number was. So we ended up taking this rock and we ended up taking pictures of each layer of the rock. We took pictures from the top, the bottom, and then again the top, the bottom, and all these pieces, you need to realize that they layered it, they cut it in order for us to see this, but they were all into tiny pieces. So it was literally like a puzzle, and we had to remove the puzzle pieces one by one, and we had to organize our layers. We needed to put it okay, layer 1 over here is on top, layer 2 over here. Whenever we were taking pictures, we needed to see, we needed to keep those organized, and this was the top layer, and this was the first layer, for example. And here's the top layer, but the bottom part, because we needed to determine seasonality, and we needed to see the leaves and then the pollen.
I'm Shelby DeWitt. I am a senior, and I'm a biology major here at Park University. This is a Glossopteris leaf right here. These really, really, really tiny ones right here are scale leaves. I counted all of the scale leaves, the Glossopteris leaves. The Aramonian are very yellow, which are reproductive parts. Dominant scale leaves would have meant that there was a reproductive season. And then when there's mostly Glossopteris leaves, that would be a non-reproductive season.
So I think this whole research, it definitely helped me apply everything that I've been learning over the years finally into something, while also appreciating just the natural world. I don't know if this was an opportunity I would have had at another school. And here at Park, first of all, I don't know how, there's not that many universities that have a paleobotanist here who's totally into paleobotany. And also, here the professors really care about you, and they really get to know you one-on-one. And so my thing with Dr. Ryberg is she was my environmental biology professor, my ecology and evolution, and my botany professor. And so we were able to just talk one-on-one because she actually cares about her students. Whenever she teaches, she's just all over the place and makes things exciting, and she literally brings fossils to life. And so I don't think I would have received this because I don't think at another university I would have had the pleasure to actually get to know my professors on one-on-one, and they wouldn't have gotten the pleasure to me like Brooke, Shelby, or I on a one-on-one level, and where they see the potential in us.